Or Jack should be in here shortly. The only person I don't see is Jack.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tim Weinman.
Good evening. We're waiting for one more board member. He's okay. We've got him now. Okay. I'd like to call the June 21, 2021 meeting of the Coatesville Redevelopment Authority to order. We did hold an executive session to discuss real estate and legal matters prior to this meeting. First thing we have on our agenda are the May 17th and June 3rd minutes. Questions, comments, changes? If not, could I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Jack. Could I get a second?
I'll second that, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We have accounts payable, which Ruth Ann has prepared for us. I don't know if you had a minute to look those over. The two large items there were the operating and maintenance plan for the proposed parking structure up on Fleetwood Street and the audit.
Can we add the forward planning also to it?
We
So
do
it will
have
be in the next tables?
Yeah. We had we discussed that earlier, the forward planning module that we had thought would be $7,500. The bill came in for $6,000. We had approved that work being done. So if we could add the $6,000 to the accounts payable, would permit Ruth Ann to get a check ready and we get that paid. I don't have a problem with adding that to the list to get it taken care of. Questions? Could I get a motion to approve with or without the extra 6,000?
I make a motion to approve accounts payable with the 6,000 additional.
Thank you, Ricky. Could I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jack. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. I don't believe we have any additions or modifications to the agenda. So that being said, we have a presentation for 733 East Lincoln Highway.
Rakesh, you there? You're on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here. Yep.
All right. So Rakesh, based on our last conversation a few months ago, and then I guess you were out of town in June. And so I had sent an email. I think I sent it to you a couple of times, just making sure you're aware that the redevelopment authority, because this is a development project, not just buying a lot like you did last time, that the redevelopment authority is going to require a full redevelopment agreement with the requirements of the language from the Redevelopment Act. And in addition, they wanted to have a little more detailed presentation about what you're looking to do, and also that you could confirm that you had talked with the city to make sure you could do the type of development that you want to do, and see if you had any more details on the proposed time frame and things like that. So
But yeah,
So-
I don't talk with the city yet, actually. I'm just going to talk with them tomorrow, definitely. Because
okay.
I think so they're looking for my proposal, like how that's going to work. So I think so I have to involve the architect.
Okay. Can you summarize your proposal as it sits today? Do you know where you are?
Yes, like I'm ready to buy this one, and I can build this one like, two-story building. Like one is going to be like store and one is going to be apartment. And I can do that in 2.5 years.
And you can do that. Okay. And you own the property adjacent to it? Or
Which one?
you own property in the neighborhood now, right?
Yes, yes. I own the neighborhood, yes.
And you acquired the parking lot at 700 East Lincoln at the corner from the RDA
Yes.
a few years ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you have any further information on your proposed plans? Do you have a tenant?
Not really, actually. No, I don't have the tenant yet. No.
Okay. All right. And your offer price?
39,000.
39. Do you guys have any questions for Rakesh?
Yes, I'd like to know what type of a store. You said a store. What kind of a store?
I really don't know yet, actually.
Did you discuss a wireless store at one time? Was that you?
Yes, yes. That's I'm thinking to put the wireless store. Yep.
Wireless in what way? Wireless cell phone or what?
Yes, wireless cell phone, like T-Mobile.
Awful big space for just one store.
I think so. Is like we can make 2 stores there. I'm not sure, actually.
What were you thinking the other store would be?
If I rented, I'm going to rent to the barber shop.
Another I'm sorry, to the barber shop?
Yes.
Which barber shop is that? I think there's like 4 on that strip already. Which one is that?
Something I'm going to rent it, actually. I don't know like who's going to become on the second thing.
Okay. Okay, so the apartments on top, is that going to be a 2-bedroom apartment, a 3-bedroom? Is it
2-bedroom apartments.
How
2 and
many?
1.
How many? What does it look like?
I don't know like how many is going to come on that space, actually. Maybe 4 apartments.
Do you have something designed out for parking?
No. Yes, we are like, my architect, he's coming this week to see the lot to give me the idea.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you. We'll discuss it and we'll get back to you if we have any questions. I think that the board would probably like to see a little more detail, which you will have after you speak to the city and your architect.
Yes.
You'd be able to give us a little more detail and that would be wonderful.
Thank you so much.
If you get more detail and you speak to the city, then I guess you can get a hold of Tom and we'll get you on the agenda to fill the board in next month. Does that sound good?
Yes, wonderful. That'd be great, actually.
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, Prakash.
Thank you.
The next thing we have on our meeting is the 3rd Avenue and Lincoln Highway lot.
So I think you need to get off there.
So, I guess, Mr. Wyman, is that your,
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, it is. If I may, I have just a brief presentation to make to the board. My name is Timothy Weinman. I am a real estate broker who represents a preferred developer for Dollar General Corporation. The name of the developer is Pentex Ventures, based in Pittsburgh. They've built over 160 of these stores in Maryland, Ohio, West Virginia, and mainly in Pennsylvania. Dollar General came to Pentex Ventures and said they gave them an assignment, and through that assignment, this is where I come in. I'm a real estate broker, and I exclusively represent the Pentex Ventures people, who represents the Dollar General folks. I've been involved in all 160 of these stores that Pentex Ventures has constructed and developed over the last several years. And I can tell you that Pentex Ventures is a top-rate developer, and they build a great store. And I think that the community, the city, would be very pleased with what we're going to present here. Just to give you a little background, Dollar General has over 18,000 stores across the United States. They have more stores than Walmart. They have more stores than Family Dollar and Dollar Tree put together. They are the largest small box retailer in the United States. They gave us the assignment. They wanted us to build 72 stores in the greater 5-county area of Philadelphia, and that included Coatesville. They wanted to have a store right in Coatesville. We spent a great amount of time, searching different sites and opportunities throughout the Coatesville area that the Dollar General folks wanted to be in. And really, the best site we could come up with is the 300 address of East Lincoln, at the corner of East Lincoln and 3rd Street. As I said, Dollar General has 18,000 stores. They employ 143,000 people across the United States. They're in 46 different states. There are BBB rated by Standard & Poor's. They did about $33 billion in sales last year. They're a Fortune, I think they're Fortune 110 now, moving into the, beg your pardon. They're a Fortune number 110 company, and probably next year they'll probably be a Fortune 100 company. They're a very substantial company. They would enter into a 15-year lease with 15 years worth of options, and they look to be a good neighbor to everybody in the Coatesville community. With that, Mr. Chairman, if you could allow me to share the screen. You need to enable me to do that.
You should be able to.
Okay, here we go. Thank you, Sonia. Here we go. Can everyone see the first screen?
Not right now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No? Okay,
No, sir.
hold on. Let's see, what am I doing wrong? Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Yes, great. Okay, so again, this is a BTS is it's just a code or an acronym for a build to suit store in Coatesville at the 300 East Lincoln Highway. Just do some minor slides. I'm sure you're all familiar with it more than I am, quite frankly. Where it is, there's Coatesville, there's our site. A little closer view, a little closer aerial. And, we realized that, we'd be sitting right next to Rite Aid, and we'd be sitting a block away from the Family Dollar. This is the site. It's an unusual site. It's very narrow. As far as a commercial site goes, it's only 107 feet wide at the front. It widens out a little in the back to 119 feet. And I think it's, how deep is it? It's 240 feet deep, approximately. So it's about 3/4 of an acre. And while it has some elevation issues because it rises in the rear, we're comfortable that we can, with our experience, that we can build a nice store here. A little closer shot, and then this is what this is the area that we would look to purchase from the RDA, and this is what we would build. Now this building we would have a corner entrance at this particular location in Coatesville. I'm showing you an example of a recent store that we built, and it consists of split face block along the front, along with ephes finishes on the 3 sides. This is not a metal building. It's all masonry, ephes, and glass. It's an attractive building. This is a side view. This is the trash area. The trash area will be enclosed with fencing. No one will see any trash dumpsters or anything like that. And we look to take good care of the property. This is an interior view. You can see a lot of the store we're proposing is 9,100 square feet. At 9,100 square feet, it would be the largest largest retail store in the Coatesville proper area. It would be larger than the Family Dollar. It would be larger than the Rite Aid. Of this 9,100 square foot store, over 3,100 square feet of this is devoted to groceries. I'll just flip through some of these slides here. Dollar General, and some people don't like the analogy when I use it, it's almost like a mini Walmart. They carry everything. They just don't carry dollar items. First of all, over 75% of the items that we have are over $1. We sell items with price tags up to $40. We sell electronics. We sell gift cards. We sell, frozen goods. We sell canned goods and different types of that. We have health and beauty aids. We have everyday home needs, light bulbs, electrical supplies, laundry supplies, makeup, clothing for children and men and women. Our prices are excellent. We have Dollar General has a private brand called Clover Valley, and they engage the national retailer or the national manufacturers like Keebler and other manufacturers, and they make really the same product under the Clover Valley label, under the Clover Valley brand, and we sell that. In addition to that, we also have national brands, all the, Tide and Crest and Mr. Clean and Suave and Windex and you name it, Pepsi and Coke. All these are national brands that we offer. They run weekly specials on different things, bringing customers into the market. The photos that you see here, these dishes were all prepared with every item on here was prepared from Dollar General, from contents of a Dollar General store. It's not fast food, or it's not junk food, if you will, where it's just potato chips and pop and things like that. It's meats and frozen goods and chicken and shrimp, and it's a nice selection of groceries. In addition to that, Dollar General since 1993. It's interesting that the founder of Dollar General was actually an illiterate man. He could not read or write. He started the business in 1939, and it since went public and traded hands a couple of times since that time. But Dollar General has contributed over $140 million to communities in which we operate, to local libraries, and schools and their libraries, and we've helped over 11 million people improve their literacy across America, and we're very proud of that. In addition to that, they've just in the last 3 years, they've donated over $28,000 to St. Jude's for children's care. When we say that, the motto, the mantra of Dollar General is that our goal is serving others. And when we come into a community, we mean to do just that. We'll be using local contractors, we'll be hiring local people. This is a very positive thing for everybody. The community benefits because of our low prices. A lot of times we're in a shopping center with Giant, and Giant makes us leave the shopping center with the landlord because our prices are actually lower than the Giant pricing. So these are some of the benefits that this development would make. We would create 12 to 14 full and part-time jobs for local residents. We're going to build a beautiful 9,100 square foot masonry, ephes, and glass building. This will increase the tax base for the city, the county, and our schools. We will transform this vacant lot into a modern building with free parking. We'll create 27 additional free parking spaces. We will provide new low-price, competitive, and close in-town shopping for area residents. And I mentioned before, providing over 3,100 square feet of grocery items. This is our initial draft of what the building site plan would look like. This is the building right here. It's 70 feet wide and it's 130 feet long. It would come right up to the sidewalk, much as the Rite Aid does currently. We would be replacing all this sidewalk as necessary. This would all be brand new under our development. There'd be new pedestrian sidewalks around the building for ease of access for pedestrians. We expect probably 25% of our business to come from pedestrians or public transportation, people coming that way. We believe that 27 parking spaces will be very adequate for the business that we plan to do here. Unfortunately, we normally like to put a lot of landscaping in. And I would certainly, while there's not a lot of room here, I would suggest, and this would be up to the Planning Commission, we could put some very nice decorative planters around the building and around the sidewalks if they thought that was appropriate. We want to make it look nice and attractive for the community. So when people drive by, they say, "This is a nice place. We want to come here." So this is the building. Again, we'll have a 24-foot driveway here. These are 18 by 9 parking spaces, 2 handicap spaces. And then we have the truck delivery system. So normally we get in what is called a WB67, which is the largest tractor trailer truck Pennsylvania allows. And as you can see, it fits nicely in here. The truck would come in this way through Harmony Street, drive in this way, back in, and unload, and then they'd leave. We only get about one large truck in that I'm sure you've probably seen them on the road in places, one large truck in a week. At Christmas time, we might get 2. But then we also get more common smaller trucks that you've seen. We'll get a bread truck in, we'll get a soft drink truck in, things like that. We'll make a couple of appearances a week. So this works very well. We understand that. Does the city control this road, or is this PennDOT on Lincoln Highway?
That's state road.
It's a state road. So we'll obviously get an HOP, and we'll be responsible for that. And we're very accomplished at that. We have a good relationship with the local PennDOT district offices. And we'll do whatever they want us to do. So in the end, gentlemen, this is what we're proposing. We would offer in a letter of intent, the way this would work for us is we would send you a letter of intent. We would look to offer $300,000 for this property. And there would be some due diligence in here where we'd have to make sure that, we got our site plan approval from the city and, get our HOP and whatever other normal approvals are required. But we're quite confident we can get all these. We think this will be a great addition to the city of Coatesville, and we're excited to be a part of the city, and we want to be here very badly. We think we understand that there's a Family Dollar down the street a block. We believe the competition is a good thing, and who benefits? Our citizens benefit. They benefit by getting better service. They benefit by getting lower prices. This is a win-win for everybody. The community, citizens win by getting a larger selection of low-price national brand goods. The city wins because they get an increased tax base and jobs created, and we win because we've built another store. So it's a positive thing for everybody, and it shows development and progress in Coatesville. Available for any questions anyone may have, and I really appreciate your time. I know you have a busy schedule, and with the COVID, it's challenging, but I admire how you've handled this, and we really appreciate the opportunity to make this presentation to you. Any questions?
Questions, gentlemen, for Mr. Wyman?
This project would be a RDA development project then, right? We'd have to have a redevelopment agreement with them?
Yeah, there would be, we're used to that. We bought
Okay.
property from municipalities and development authorities before. And yes, we would enter into the development agreement that, typical one that you have. I'm sure we wouldn't have any problem with it. And we're happy to do that. We understand there'll be bonds and so on and so forth. And we're totally prepared for that.
All right, beautiful presentation.
You're very kind. Thank you very much.
Additional questions? We have your contact information, and we can discuss this, and if we come up with additional questions, get to you. And
Please do. Yes.
okay.
All right. I want to thank Sonia Hunsinger and Ruth Ann Malday for helping set this up. They were extremely gracious and helpful to make this happen. So you have some great people there.
Thank you for taking the time this evening.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay. Citizens' comments on agenda items. Anything out there?
No, nothing on YouTube or on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. Informational items. I think we discussed a lot of that in our executive session.
I've never seen that before. Have you?
What's that, Jack?
I haven't seen that informational items in there before. Have you?
No.
It was
I
from the
have.
last meeting with all the different things when
Okay.
Zeke had given out on the different projects.
Okay, well,
I'll take it out.
that's all right. Whatever, Ruth Ann, that's fine. New business, I consider the benefit cost analysis. We did that during the approval of our payables. The additional $6,000. Any
Excuse
citizens
me.
comment? Yes.
Joe, you're on mute. You had some background noise coming in when that guy was making his presentation, so I put you on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
if you have
Thank
anything
you.
to say. Thanks.
Thank you, Sonny. Yeah, I had.
Can
something
you
to take
hear
care of.
me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. I was talking to Joe Candler.
Oh, Joe Candler. Okay.
The other Joe.
Sorry about that. Any citizens' comments on other things, Sonny?
No, nothing on YouTube.
Okay. Our next meeting is not June 21.
No,
It will be July. And I have to look that up. Just give me a second here.
19th.
19.
Yes, July 19th should be our next meeting. James, I see you're on there. Could we just ask you right now, I have all the board members here, is the city's meeting room set up for Zoom?
No, it is not.
So you would not be able to conduct a meeting there and do it through Zoom?
Well, you can set up a computer using the PowerPoint projector, but the viewers would only be able to see one person. What we're looking to do is we are going to bring in Justin Chan to record our council meeting starting next Monday. And that way he'll be able to pan the room, record the actual council meetings. And then we're going to provide those on our YouTube channel the next day. But you have an option. You can do it, that way, or you can do a live stream, of course, with YouTube. And we decided to go with Justin to do that for us.
Okay.
I can talk to you about his rate. It's very reasonable. And I mean, if it's something where, RDA wants to do something live, it's just a matter of, Justin having the time for it. But he's worked with us before. I think he's very reasonable. And, we can certainly approach him and see if we can work something with the two meetings.
I mean, I don't know what the board would like to do. I don't know if that's certainly not the same as what we have now.
Yeah.
And
If we're still, let's say, for example, we have 3 RDA members, which is a quorum, right? We're all sitting up there in the front where we usually sit. I'm assuming that we could set like a tripod up, just zoom in on the 3 people that are there. The other 2 people can be virtual, and we still could live stream. I don't know, until the governor passes a rule that says we can't do that. What would be wrong with doing it that way? Could we do it that way?
The video works. It's the audio that it's really hard to hear each other if you've got, like, if I could do it, I could come to a live meeting and do it with my phone, right?
Right.
But it's the audio that is the challenge as opposed to the video.
I mean, this seems to me to be the best thing because you can have interaction, talk back and forth. You can see the other person, the whole 9 yards. Like this guy gave the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
We could all see his spreadsheet. It's not where, he brought it to the public meeting. Now the 2 remote guys can't see it.
Yeah, I think, some places are actually, for example, there are some cities that have the council members have laptops or tablets, and they have their tablets on, and their tablets are basically, just like what we're doing right here. So you guys are just doing it in front of a live audience as well as your viewing audience.
To Sonia's point, I guess we could look into the feasibility of like a wireless mic. I've seen this before where the microphone is passed from speaker to speaker, or there's a podium where the mic is mounted.
James, have you looked into having the room equipped with the AV, the integrated AV, so that you could have this going forward?
Yes, we have.
Like What would that cost? Have a ballpark?
In the neighborhood of $10,000 to $20,000, depending on what you want in there.
Okay.
That would include screens, microphones, everything.
Gotcha.
It's my understanding that these were things that were on the
cut list.
On the planning when everyone moved in this building, but they just never materialized.
They were part of the value engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is really nice because you allow people that maybe older folks or people that aren't feeling well can still participate in the meeting.
Yeah. Is the RDA subject to the same guidelines that the City Council is? Because we have to advertise this week that we go live on Monday.
Well,
the redevelopment authority is still subject to the Sunshine Act as amended by as I guess affected by Act 15.
Mm-hmm. So you have to go live next week. Or if you were meeting next week, it would have to be a live meeting.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what Lou was saying. If you're
Now, what Lou is saying is, until the governor signs, you're not required to go with a public meeting, if you will.
Well, he already listed that.
An in-person meeting, excuse me, because as far as I'm concerned, this is a public meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is the week. If I'm not mistaken, Ruth Ann, did Anthony circle back with the confirmation?
Let me check.
I mean, Lou's been in touch with them to find out what's going on, and they're telling until the governor signs. So I would say until the governor signs, we can continue going the way we are, unless you guys are adamant that you want to go to City Hall and have the meeting there. I mean, I'm just one voice in this thing.
Tony said that council needs to resume in-person meetings beginning with the next council meeting.
So as of Monday, June 14th, granted that was last week, the Office of Open Records representative indicated, quote, "At this point, our impression is that the emergency declaration will/should be terminated when the governor signs the vote certification for the May 18th referendum. What we're not clear about is whether the legislature needs to pass a resolution once the vote is certified. As the situation becomes more clear, we'll provide guidance on the OOR website and social media." So I don't know if there has been something newer between the 14th and the 21st.
Absent of Lou finding out that we definitely have to go public, are we going to plan for Zoom next month? What's your pleasure, gentlemen?
I think we're going to have to play it by ear
Yeah.
for the time being. I mean, we're going to have to let Ruth Ann know in advance so that she has adequate time to advertise a public notice if we have to switch out of the Zoom model and go back to fully in person.
I personally would like to stay in Zoom mode if we are legally capable to do that. If we are not, I'm also comfortable with going back in person as well. But I like the Zoom as well. You know, it is convenient in different ways.
I agree.
And
I agree.
I think it gives the public greater access to what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Rick. If we legally can do Zoom, great. If not, then I guess we'll have to go the other way.
Well, we'll wait to hear from you, Lou.
I'll wait to see what the Office of Open Records has to say.
Very good. So do I get a motion to adjourn or?
There's T.
Tyrone, man, I was calling you. I thought you'd help
Where is
me out
he?
here.
I make a motion to adjourn.
There you go.
I'll second it, Tyrone. Thank you for the time that we had here this evening. I mean, I think we need more information on 733 before we can take that under advisement. And hopefully that gentleman will come back with some more next month. Third Avenue, he's got a good presentation, and you know, they know what they're doing. We are, I guess, currently bound by our 60-day agreement. So there's not a whole lot we could do until that 60 days expires. Thank you again, and have a good evening, everyone.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.